second stage to rib graft surgery. Because it's nowhere near as painful or complex as the first stage, you're only required to stay in hospital overnight, as all that is done in the second stage is the side of your head is shaved and the thin skin graft is taken from the scalp, and yeah, the back of the new ear is cut and the skin graft is then placed on the back of the ear to create the ear flap, so that it looks like more realistic and moves like a normal ear would, and so like it's not flat against your head. So yeah, not many wires, grips and machines this time, which is all good. So yeah, I just hit the jackpot there, and there's no morphine whatsoever for pain relief. In all honesty, stage 2 is a walk in the park compared to stage 1. Although stage 1 isn't actually all that bad really, but yeah. The next thing I remember was about 4 hours later, waking up in recovery and being told not to sit up. So what do I go and do? I sit up. Sit straight up, and yeah, well, it wasn't the smartest thing I've ever done, to be honest, as I went very lightheaded and dizzy, and when the nurses had to come and help me sit back again, whoops, didn't quite mean to do that, but yeah. So yeah, it wasn't the best idea in the world, and in all honesty, I'm not sure what gave me the instinct to just sit up, but yeah, you know me. Anyway, the nurses in recovery soon phoned for my mum to come down and get me. This time my mum didn't end up getting herself out in a state. I found out that it only happened last time, as obviously she wasn't expecting to see me attached to so many machines and wires, and then she'd actually wished that she hadn't let me go through it. But it was fine once I was on the ward and stuff, and once she saw that I was okay as well. Although you're probably thinking I'd end up getting a lot more sleep this time, due to the fact that I was only going to be in overnight and the fact that I wasn't attached to any machines, and I only had like the odd wire or two and didn't need pain relief, but actually it was the complete opposite. I hardly got any sleep because everyone else's machines on the ward were going off this time rather than mine. So yeah, I just sat there like, right, okay. But yeah, that's fine. And they are quite loud actually when they go off, so I could hear someone at the end of the ward's machine going off, and that woke me up. Yeah, and I actually then realised how annoying it must have been for everyone else on the ward when mine kept doing that. It was my first stage. They kept going off every few minutes, every night, and no one knew why. They just, I don't know, they just didn't like me, I suppose. But yeah, if you was on the ward when I was for my first stage operation, I'm sorry. I am really, really sorry about it. But, okay. The machines were annoying, keep going off, but I knew it couldn't be helped and it wasn't their fault. And well, you know, the machines were doing their job, and I knew what it felt like being in that position, because obviously it was me on the last one with all my machines going off, so it wasn't as though I was going to get annoyed with them, because I knew how it made me feel, and I thought, well, it didn't really bother me that much. I mean, I didn't get sleep, but it didn't matter. The overnight stay wasn't that bad at all, really. Next morning at 10 o'clock, I was seen by Neil Wallstrode and the other consultants who were doing the ward rounds, and I was discharged and just had to have my cannula removed from the back of my hand. Oh. It's not there now, so I don't know why I'm showing it to you, but yeah. And that's about it really, and then I was sent home. Walking down from the ward and through the hospital felt really weird. I don't know why, but it just felt so weird to be leaving hospital and going home. When we got into the main entrance section at Great Ormond Street, this time I didn't actually have people staring at me, whereas last time I had loads of people staring at me, because I had to go home with my bandage and then like obviously go back a few days later to get it removed. So yeah, that was horrible last time, seeing like people staring at me, but obviously this time my bandage was removed on the ward, like before I left. They just took it off then. Actually, did I even have a bandage? I don't know, if I had a bandage it was removed on the ward. If I didn't, then well, I didn't have one. But yeah, so this time I didn't have to walk out of hospital with a massive bandage around my head. Because obviously last time I found it quite horrible seeing people staring, and I did get like really upset by it last time. My mum explained last time, I don't know what I'm talking about in this one really, because I should have spoke about it in my last one. But yeah, she explained like how they're only staring like in a good way, not a bad way. And it's just curious as to what had happened to me, as like you don't often see people with a bandage around the head, which was a fair point. But yeah, the staring got worse on the first day. So I don't know what I'm talking about in this one, like I just said, because this is actually first stage stuff. not second stage stuff, but I didn't say it in my first stage, so I'm going to say it now, which is confusing, but yeah, it's me, isn't it? Yeah, so I once walked around quite Street, around the corner to where my dad parked. Even though I'm home, I had people in the car staring at me and looking in, so I got a bit upset about it, I guess, because I hadn't thought that would happen. And yeah, I just thought people would accept it, but it was fine. It was curious there rather than offensive. I need to stop talking about this. That was all first day stuff that I just spoke about, so ignore all that. And I will put the picture of, because this time I didn't actually see my ear when the bandage was removed on the ward. If I even had one, I think I did. But yeah, so I didn't actually see my bandage until, just before, until I got home really. So yeah, I'll put the picture of that in now, and I'm sorry for confusing you in this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!